You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek.
Are we gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips. I'm
great.
Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
It's pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
that
a
part,
good
you
point.
know? I'm a little upset that you think that's so funny.
Why?
Because I don't know how to do this podcast unless we look into each other's eyes.
It's just the fucking generation jacking themselves up.
It's easy to hate something that's really
But
good.
everyone listening is cool, and all of the cool people are going to that show.
We should do. This is a positive podcast. That's what we're going for.
Yeah,
we're
that was like the difference.
People are gonna be like listening to this and like, it's so fucking happy.
Is the feel good movie review.
Eventually going to put out a CD just of Mike
Of me singing random songs.
Yeah, it's got a little tingly.
You got a little tingly?
Feel good. Right there.
Guys,
Turned down
I think,
for what?
I think that's turned down for Hug Life.
A lot of finger guns.
You're great. You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
Did I say that?
You're great. It did. You're
Finger
great.
guns.
Finger guns.
Finger guns of greatness right
Finger-
at you. Bang,
Pew
bang,
pew
bang.
pew pew. I caught them. I caught those good bullets. Those nice. They got caught in my
Speaking of
bulletproof
good
vest
bullets.
of good bullets. Speaking of bullets, the Ferguson.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Oh, jeez. It's so hard to do a positive podcast with this shit going on.
Right, it's really hard. But that was the point. That's why we're here for you guys, so you can hear anything else, really.
Anything else? Anything that's better. Really anything. Anything at all. Lizards?
Yeah.
Good bullets? PJ Day?
PJ Day. It is PJ Day.
Pajama
Well, every
day.
day is PJ Day if you are PJ.
Wait, what?
Conspiracy. I don't know what is that?
That's his soundtrack.
That's the PJ soundtrack?
Yeah, pajamas or a person named PJ.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Welcome to the Hug Life Podcast.
Hey, guys.
Hey, this is our podcast. We do it every week. You've probably been listening to it. Let me explain to the new listeners. If so we do a podcast. It's Hug Life. It's positive. I got plugs. Let's plug our shows right off the bat. You ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna release this actually right after this
Oh, cool.
on Tuesday,
Okay.
so I can plug my show at Jazz Bones in Tacoma, Washington, with Kelsey Cook.
Yay, Kelsey Bake.
Kelsey bakes. Kelsey cooks. She does it all.
She
Culinary
does
style.
She tells jokes, too.
She does, but she also cooks and bakes. More importantly, she cooks and bakes like a lady.
Like every other female comedian.
Including Monica. When Monica's not doing the podcast or telling jokes, she's just slaving over a stove all day.
Only for myself, though. I
Only-
never feed other people ever.
She just makes herself some of those Costco pot stickers. I made those. There were those the other
I'm
night.
so good at making those. Have we
I
talked
am
about
too.
that?
No. I want to see how you do it.
Okay.
Like we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We can do it right after this if we wanted to. Doesn't matter. We can do whatever we want. The
It
world's our
doesn't
oyster.
matter.
Let's shuck it. Okay.
Wait, did we tell people our names?
I'm Mike. I'm Monica Nevi.
I'm Mike Coletta.
There you go. They know now. I also am doing a show in Walla Walla on Saturday,
Oh, yeah.
November 29th, because I'm an idiot and I didn't want to drive there, and I'm driving. I don't know
You
why.
were driving? I thought... Never mind.
I'm driving. I think I'm driving. Am I not driving?
I don't
even
know. When I was going to do the next day...
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what day?
Someone else was going to drive. The 29th is a Saturday. You were on Sunday, so you're
when
on
I was
the
going to
30th.
do Sunday, somebody else was
That's how
going to
days work.
drive.
Someone else was going to drive. I think I'm
That
driving.
was part of the deal.
I'm
I was like,
pretty
I'm not
sure
going to
I'm
the-
driving, and we're going to go. I'm with Dan St. Germain. I'm really excited.
Right. That'll be exciting.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah, if you're over there, go that whole weekend. They got Andy Haynes, Dan
And-
St. Germain, and
Jeff
Dye.
Dye. It's actually really, really cool.
Those are great comedians. And it'll
3
be,
great headliners.
And you get to see Mike.
You get to see me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great. Monica was going to be on the Sunday show, but then she was just too great.
It
was way too much
I was
greatness.
going to get paid.
And then you got-
There's something else.
Doing something else more important.
Yes.
Wait.
So my shows this week
Okay, go.
are... I will be at the Parlor Live in Seattle for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, hosting for Eric Griffin, who's
Ooh.
from Workaholics.
And that's a great place.
Yeah,
Part of
and-
Seattle.
Ralph Porter and Mark Vieira are both like co-featuring, so it's going to be a great show.
It's a great weekend.
Real great show.
Positive weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like my fan page, I'll put a link to some tickets for you guys.
Wait,
You could
what?
just get some tickets.
Did you guys know you could become a fan of Monica?
Yeah, please like my page.
Did
It
you know
actually
that
hurts me a lot
I
when
now
people
have a mission?
unlike my page.
That I have to make a like page and get more likes than Monica?
I've had mine for like 3 years, and it's only where it is right now, which is actually very sad to me.
You had like 900. That's a lot.
Yeah, but I've had it for 3 years.
Yeah, but it's fine. Maybe I'm not going to
Just
start
like
one now,
my
though.
page, okay?
Dude, just like Monica's page. Follow me on Twitter at @mecoletta, and follow Monica on Twitter at MonicaNevi.
Yay.
And then
That's my name.
that's your name.
Yeah.
Because you got your name.
Today, who cares about anything, really?
Are you okay, Monica?
No, I'm not. We had a pajama party at work, though. Legitimately. I'm
That's
just
good.
wearing my pajamas.
Did you
around.
make tents and forts out of blankets?
Oh, I wish we did that. That would have been cool.
It's the
I didn't
key factor
plan
to a
the
pajama
day.
party.
We made dream catchers
Wait,
out of
what?
paper plates and yarn.
Dude, that sounds like a pretty awesome dream catcher.
We watched the movie Tangled. That was fun.
That's a good movie. I love
I had never seen it.
the chameleon. He's adorable.
Yeah, he's funny.
Pascal. Mhm.
Yeah. I have my own qualms with princess movies.
Really?
Just because
Let's share.
until Frozen. Have you seen Frozen?
I love Frozen. I love it. I saw the end of it.
You what? I love it so much. I watched the whole thing. What do you mean?
Everyone else loves it, and I like it too because I don't want to be alone.
I watched the end of it. Why would you think I haven't watched
I
the whole
watched
movie?
the
I
end
don't
of
know.
it, and I want to finish the whole thing, but I haven't. Can we watch it together? Can we talk about it on a podcast?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Well, should I not talk about it now then and spoil the reason that I like that one better than the other ones?
You can talk about that, but then we'll talk about it again after I've seen it, and then I'll just be like, I hate it.
I just have a little bit of a problem with the whole, and I understand it's like an older thing, but like the only thing that saves them in the end is like some dude, really, that they barely know. Like Beauty and the Beast, she falls in love with the man that kidnapped her father. Like that's not
That's
normal,
kind of weird.
right?
But Gaston was a dick.
Right.
That's the guy that
She didn't have a lot of
she
options,
didn't fall
I
in love
understand,
with him,
but-
though. She fell in love with the Beast guy. He kidnapped her father?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
I
how she
don't-
got there in the first place. He kidnapped her, and then she traded places with him. And
Dude.
he made her sleep on straw.
Dude, but Straw's
And
not
then a
too
bunch
bad.
of fucking pots talk to her. It's a weird movie
It's
when
a
you think
weird
about
movie.
it. Like,
it's not right.
No,
But,
and then what else? Sleeping Beauty, she's just asleep and he kisses her, and then she's like, okay, you. Like, that's okay.
but really, though, if you were
Um,
asleep and some guy just kissed you, you wouldn't be like, I'm in love.
That's weird. You can't just find women that are asleep and kiss them.
Yeah, you
That's
can't.
illegal.
That's right.
Yeah,
We're here
we'll
to
get in a
positive
lot
life
of-
lessons.
Get a lot of trouble for that. But the reason I like Frozen, and it's a newer, I mean, like, there's plenty of other movies that I don't agree with. Pocahontas?
No,
That is not how that happened.
I'm gonna be. I agree with you completely. Let's get out of everything. I'm just trying to make jokes out of terrible things.
No,
but yeah, Mulan, like the story of Mulan, the actual poem, she dies in the end because she's a woman trying to be a warrior. They kill her, and Disney's like, let's make it fantastic and have her fall in love because she'll make a man out of you. What's happening here? There's gender roles and then there's a talking.
Pocahontas, that's like a genocide that they're just like, oh no, but there was love, sure.
Hey,
why
we're gonna
not?
have a talking dragon though, named after a Chinese food dish. So it'll be fine.
Throw
Everything will
Eddie
be
Murphy
okay.
in there. Everything will be fine. Oh man, no, but that's why I like Frozen is because at the end, sorry, close your ears, Mike. At the end, they the thing that breaks the spell is actually love, like her sister. You know what I mean? Like that always sounds weird, but they it's just
totally
like
heard
good family
you.
love and support
Did you guys
type of
know
thing,
that
not the boy.
spoilers are here.
You realize the boy's a piece of shit.
The boy?
Yep.
The guy on the horse? The horse is fun, though. I
It's
love any
the moose?
anthropomorphic moose, animal, whatever.
The moose and the snowman. Is
That funny thing
Olaf.
about that
That's
movie is it was advertised with the reindeer and the snowman and not the story. Did you notice that?
I didn't.
The trailers for the movie, it's like Frozen, an adventure in the snow, and there's like a talking reindeer, and there's a talking talking Frozen, a talking snowman. No mention of what's really going on in the story.
Well, maybe they didn't want you to think it was a princess movie because I don't know.
Did you see that new Disney movie, The Princess and the Frog? And by new, I mean it was new like 2 years ago because I never saw it.
I never saw it either.
And they were
But
like, it's a black princess.
Tiana, yeah, she's black.
Did she get saved by a man?
I think so.
That's
Because the
bullshit.
Princess and the Frog, it's the same story.
It is?
She kisses a frog and then he's a prince.
Really?
Yep.
Happened
it.
to me. Kissed a
You
frog.
turned into a frog.
He,
What
no, I
happened?
kissed a frog. He became my prince.
Oh,
Sometimes it happens any way you want it to happen.
you just kissing frogs.
Just
all
kissing
over the
frogs,
place,
hoping they're princes.
hoping
Hoping to find that big old man.
See what that does to young girls? They're like, I just got to go kiss some frogs. I guess that's how this
That's
works.
how this happens. That's
Yeah.
how you find true romance. That was a good movie.
Anyway, so I watched Tangled today. That's what I did.
And then you dressed up in your PJs?
I did that before I watched Tangled,
Mhm.
but yes.
I sat around
Mhm.
and I watched the news. And I watched that. And by watch the news, I mean I had an internet browser I kept refreshing. And then I was like on Twitter. And then the thing happened in Ferguson and everyone's upset. But I was really not surprised.
Right.
Because they were like, this shit never goes the way you want it to go.
Right. That wouldn't have happened in the first place if it was going to go the way you wanted it to go.
Yeah. So pretty much what's happening is he's not getting indicted. To anyone who doesn't know by now.
Who doesn't know, yeah. If you haven't. I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Kind of scared.
I'm pretty interested in riots. Riots, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you could stop that. It's ridiculous.
I just hope it doesn't get too bad.
It doesn't get too bad as you sip your Diet Dew.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that? I love Mountain Dew. Is
Me too.
We're going to get like on a sidetrack. I'm like, we're talking about race relations.
Speaking
Soda.
of Ferguson, Mountain Dew.
Dude, I love Mountain Dew so
I got an
much.
email.
You got an email?
Yep.
Well, let's open it and read it on the podcast. No, I really, really like Mountain Dew. Oh, dude, we need to talk because I know where it's like in the beginning. Oh, we'll do these other plugs.
Really
Rate, review, and
weird,
subscribe to the podcast. Rate, review, and subscribe.
iTunes, do that.
Do all that shit on iTunes. Make me
It's a
feel good.
review.
We are going to be on Stitcher very soon. I'm working with getting it so we can get on Android devices. So I'm going to get that soon.
That'll be fun.
So people with Android phones or Stitcher can work it. So just know that. It's on its way.
It's coming.
I'm a little
Everyone
slow
can
because
listen
I
to
do
it.
things cautiously, not
Either
precautiously, cautiously. English major, right here, cautiously, and it'll be on there soon. Also, like the Facebook page because we only have 110 likes, and if we got one more, it would all be ones, and that's a cool number.
But no one else after that.
No one else, just one more of you. Who's gonna be the lucky one? Who is it gonna be?
Okay.
Oh, what? And so that's all the plugs. But I want to talk about the message you got from a comedian telling you about your comedy. Because you know what comedians love? When other people judge their comedy and give them pointers when they don't want pointers.
Right. Well, I will be... Okay. So we talk about this weekend. Let's just talk about our shows first, but then we'll get to that.
The shows of the weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, you go first because I'm trying to remember.
I did the competitive erotic fan fiction show on Thursday. And that was really fun. And I did round 2.
And you won?
I did. It was
yeah,
crazy.
dude. You want a high five? I was going for it.
Did you hear what my topic was?
Toddlers and tiaras.
Yep.
That is so awesome.
It
So
was
you get a
really
topic that you knew, which is awesome.
No,
right?
I didn't know.
You didn't
I've
know
never
it?
seen that show before. I know what it is because my best friend was a pageant girl, but I had never seen it, and I know little jokes about Honey Boo Boo.
Summarize that story for me.
What I wrote.
Yeah, what you wrote.
Well, I wanted to be very... It was funny because when they suggested it, Brian was like, if a kid gets fucked, it's your guys' fault. You know that, right? And in my head, I was like, I could never write that. I could never write it like that.
Did.
No. So I wrote it as if it was because the show's been canceled. So it was like...
Toddlers and tiaras?
Yeah, because they're 3 years old when they're on that show. So it's this 7-year-old girl that's at a bar, and some guy comes up and is talking to her, and then she tells him the last story, why it got canceled, and it was because all the moms were fucking the judges so that they could win. And
that's great.
And then it turned out that the head judge was gay, so then one of them had a gay uncle, and he came in and won it for him, basically. So that was the erotic part, was that all the parents were screwing the judges.
That's awesome. No, I that's a fun show.
And then I was so I do know a lot about pageantry, which is
As
a weird
everyone
thing,
does, yeah.
right? And just because my best friend was a pageant girl.
Because I used to be a pageant girl.
And so when I went to support Mike at Miss America, I just learned. You just learn a lot. So I kept interjecting in the story real, real stuff that had happened in pageant stuff. I don't know, and I don't think anybody really caught it. But in my head, I'm like, God, it's weird that you know this and you're just saying it. But that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, but they really liked it. It was fun. That was the first time technically, I've won once before when you lost, and you were the only person who lost. Sorry.
Maybe say that louder in the microphone
was,
so everyone can hear. Oh gosh!
So the first time I did it, everyone won except Mike. That was it.
Yeah, and I did magic. I was really proud of mine too.
Actually,
I was proud of mine. When I did round 2, I got Jonah and the Whale, which is a Bible story, and I hadn't read the Bible in forever, so I'm frantically doing it, Googling it and stuff, and then I just made it so every character from every movie I remember in a whale fucked out of the whale.
See, that's how.
That's just the way it works. It's
You
just
gotta be how can I make people? It's just.
But
it's
the
a weird
funnest
thing.
part about round 2, though, is you get to go off the cuff and just say things. Because I was reading it, but then I was going off the cuff. Because I also have terrible handwriting, so I had to fill in
You're I think I
part of it.
meant,
Yeah. It was really fun, and I really and congrats on winning. But
Thank
anyway,
you.
what's your next show?
It was fun. And then I was actually at Jai Tai closing 2 nights in a row. I was at Friday, did the showcase, was headlining.
Yeah,
And then
you headliner.
I did the stall set on the Comedy on Trial.
Yeah, you stall setter.
And then last night, which is Sunday night, I did a storytelling show, which I've never done before.
Ooh.
That was interesting, and I told a story about a man after a show wanted to tell me that he was transitioning to be a woman, which was fine, and okay, thank you for telling me, I guess. I didn't know him. And then he thought I didn't believe him, so he took my hand and put it under his shirt, and it was a boob. It was a lady boob.
Lady
it was
boob?
a real lady boob right
How do
there.
you know there's even man boobs and lady boobs?
Have you ever felt...
No. No, to answer your question, no.
Well...
This is the Open and Cry podcast.
It's just a really sad one. No.
Podcast.
Okay, so this is Saturday is like a competition, like a little competition, Comedy on Trial, that's at Jai Tai every week, right? And it's audience voting or whatever. So there's usually a lot of comics there because either they're on the show or, you know, they don't have anything else to do or whatever.
Yeah.
And one guy comes to the show, which is great, and he told me specifically that he came to see me close, which is cool, whatever, that's fine and nice of you, thank you. And then
You're welcome.
he had messaged me afterwards, and as a comic, I actually don't mind hearing like notes, I guess, from other people or whatever, just because either maybe it'll work or I can make fun of them. Like, that's the two, like, sure, let's fucking hear what you have to say. Only once in my career has anyone said, hey, have you thought about this tag? And I've been like, yeah, that's good, I'm going to use it. And it was John Roy, who is a great
Yeah, he's a great
comedian.
comic.
Right, everyone else, I'm like, oh, sure, no.
Thanks.
But so he was like, hey, he messaged me and he was like, hey, good job, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, hey, I was just wondering if I could like give you a note or something. And I don't really know this guy. I kind of know him, but I've never really seen him on stage either. And so I thought it was going to be like, oh, maybe on this joke or, you know, whatever, that kind of thing. And what he says is that I couldn't help noticing it, but I think you should say something about your ears. And like essentially like how big they are. And I was like, well, I'm not being made fun of about it in elementary school anymore, but thank you, sir. And he was like, I just couldn't help but notice how like they stick out of your hair, basically is what he's saying, which is true, and I'm very insecure about it. Thank you for bringing that up. But what the fuck was I supposed to say about it? And they've been this size since I was like 10.
I'm just looking
So
at
I
your
grew
ears right
into
now.
them a little bit, but they just
Your
stick
ears
out a
don't
little
look
bit.
big.
They just stick out a little bit, which is fine. And
you
no
want-
one has ever said anything about it, though,
If you
since
want,
I've been like,
you can wear these headphones I'm wearing all the time, and then no one would notice.
oh, that would be weirder.
She never takes her headphones off.
What's wrong with that? What's she listening to?
That's so weird. Hey, you should make a joke. And it's like if someone messaged me like, hey, you should make a joke about how your beard grows in unevenly and you have man tits.
Right.
Oh,
It's
thanks
like, oh,
for the
thank you.
tip. Thank you. That's so nice.
You know what'd be really funny is whatever you're really insecure about, why don't you make a joke about that?
Hey, I
Sure.
noticed you have really terrible acne. Can you talk about that?
Can you everybody's wondering, can you just say something?
That's
I'm
so
like, I can
fucking
hear you.
terrible.
It was just, I haven't even responded to it because I don't really know what
Well,
to
the
say.
lack of like self-censorship, like what you and I do during the day, like we sometimes are like today, I wrote a post on I wrote a Facebook comment, and then I just deleted it.
Right.
Like I wrote it and it was out there, and all I need to do is hit post, and I'm like, does this need to be said? And then I
Right.
just deleted it because we have
Yeah.
self-censorship.
That's good.
Some people don't have that, and they're just like, oh, this person needs to know what I'm thinking right now. And thank you, Internet, for making that for me. Like, that's awesome. I appreciate you, Internet.
Thank you.
You're the
Yeah.
best.
I wonder if he would have told me that in person.
I don't know.
I don't
Someone's just going to like, hey, you have those gigantic ears.
Hey,
and
so
you should talk-
speaking of your huge fucking ears, you should say something about it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, whoever said that I know that I'm
I
not
did
saying.
used to get make fun of when I was younger about them.
It's okay. You know what I got made fun of when I was a kid? My nipples.
Your nipples.
Yeah.
Did a lot of people see your nipples?
Yeah, when I was in the pool and swimming.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. Let's talk about
Are
my
they
nipples.
big or
No.
No?
They're just...
Are they really small?
No.
What's wrong with your nipples?
I don't know. I don't think I have anything wrong with my nipples.
people do though.
People apparently do, but I'm like, I don't know why they would make fun of my nipples a lot.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sure you have great nipples.
Thank you. What's the difference between a lady boob and a man boob?
suppleness, maybe? Is that
Suppleness?
a category of...
I don't know what you're talking about.
if
If you guys don't know,
Hair?
I'm rubbing my boobs right now.
If women have really hairy boobs, probably...
Probably awesome.
I mean, I guess I don't know what you're looking for.
Man boobs. I wish my man boobs would
It
go
was a
away.
good boob. Like, it was a legitimate...
A legitimate boobie?
When it happened, there was like 3 things that went through my mind. I was like, 1, what the fuck? Like, who just does that? Like, grabs someone else's hand and it's like, here. Like, I know he's probably not been to the meetings yet, but I'm pretty sure rule number 1 of being a lady, don't just grab strangers' hands and put them on your boobs. Like, seems pretty...
Yeah, being a lady.
Being a lady.
Not a man.
Well, he was working on it. So...
Monica, give me your hand.
And that's the difference. No, and then 2, how do I, like, I didn't want to offend him, and I was like interested in the whole story, I guess. So I was like, okay, get your hand out of there, but act like nothing happened, like totally okay.
You weren't
And
like,
then-
honk honk.
But then the third thing I was thinking was like, well, this is actually a nice boob. Like, this is a good
Good on
this is a
him.
good boob.
Dude, I got fooled. Like, I thought in my head I knew the difference between fake boobs and real boobs. Like, I'm a man, and I know the difference. And I've seen a lot of things on the internet, and I know myself. And then I went
the
to
difference between man boobs and girl boobs. Then I don't know if you know the difference. Never mind. Finish your story.
and then I was at a strip club, and I got bamboozled, straight up. And I was like getting a lap dance from a stripper, and she was like the nerdy. She was just playing me like a fiddle, but she was like, "You're the." She's like, "Oh," because Adam was like, a person was like, shit.
They don't know that.
Yeah, a friend Adam. You guys don't know, and he was all like, "Hey,
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott." Me and
Adam
Adam
Scott.
Scott were hanging out there at a strip club, and he's like, "Man, I love being in that show," and I was like, "You were awesome in that show," and then I was like, "Party down," and we were sitting there, and but no, like,
Are we
he likes
having
nerdy
fun
things.
yet?
So my friends were like, "He likes nerdy things," and the girl's like, "Really?" And then she started talking about Doctor Who, which I'm not really knowledgeable about, but I'm just like, and she was like, yeah, she was like, what I look for in a lady. Let's get detailed. No, I'm not. But I'm like, sure, we'll get a lap dance, whatever. It was $20, which is absurdly cheap, right? Does that seem
I
cheap?
think that's normal in Washington, but I don't
This is
know.
in Portland.
Oh.
But we go in the back, and then I was not ready. The first time I got a lap dance was terrible, apparently. I learned this, but I got a lap dance, and I didn't know you could touch girls or whatever. And she's like, yeah, you can touch me everywhere except here. And she just like moved her hand over her vagina. That's like all the things. And I'm like, okay. And then she grabbed my hands and put them on her boobs. And then I was like, oh, these are awesome. Like, these are some cool boobs. And she's like, you like that I bought them? And I'm like, wait, what? These are fake boobs? And I felt like I had been like betrayed, but not really. I was having a good time.
Right.
But I thought they were
These are
real.
some cool
She's
boobs.
like, yeah, I just got them
I
done.
wish you
And
guys-
I'm like,
you guys could see
"Oh."
him dance right now.
I'm
He's
just dancing with my hands on her
"This is
boobs.
so cool."
It's like the wax on, wax off, but a little faster, a little steady hand. I don't know. It was weird. I just feel like I just wanted to be like, I don't know much about much as a man.
If you feel betrayed by strippers, you should probably not be in a strip club.
No, I know. I actually was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I learned something new today. But yeah, so I'm sorry. Someone said your ears were big.
Oh, that's fine. I thought it was funny as a note. I'm like, here's the thing about your comedy. Talk about your fucking weird ears.
This is when you're supposed to apologize for the kids that made fun of my nipples.
I wasn't one of them. But
Can
I'm
you
sorry.
just do it anyway?
sorry that all those kids that saw your boobs
Thank you.
said you had weird nipples.
Thank you. I don't think I have weird nipples. I showed them at a party recently, and people said I didn't have weird nipples. Sometimes I take my shirt off at parties.
You should, I showed my boobs.
Sometimes I pull my boobs out.
Well, actually, I did see your boobs when we did the
Drag show? Drag
No.
show?
No.
Not the drag show.
Mm-mm.
This was the Battle of the Sexes show.
Yeah.
And
I
I was.
didn't think they were weird.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, someone feels flattered today, and it's me. Well, I'm sorry that happened. We already went over that. Monica, now we get to talk about our favorite time of the year.
Yay.
Thanksgiving.
Yay.
I'm so excited. Although you
Are there
should
Thanksgiving songs?
Thanksgiving. This got to be Thanksgiving songs.
There should be.
The only thing I can think of is the chicken dance, and if you can make it a turkey dance somehow, but I don't think that's gonna like.
I wouldn't say that chicken dance was any type of
Thanksgiving song.
like holiday song, really. Like that doesn't.
It's just a wedding song.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Or a
dun, dun.
skate rink song. Like I don't know.
Did you go roller skating a lot as a kid?
I went rollerblading like outside,
Me
and we had
too.
like skate nights in elementary school at the roller rink.
I had the Auburn Skate Connection, which is the place that everyone dealt drugs when you were a freshman in high school. Meet me at the Auburn Skate Connection at the ASC.
Wow.
And sometimes you abbreviate things when you really know them.
Skate King.
Skate King?
Yep.
I was never good at roller skating, but I did rollerblade, and I watched the instructional videos, and I wore wrist guards.
I did too.
Yeah, because you know what we believe in? Safety. That's
Especially
right.
of the wrists.
Of the wrist. You don't want to break your wrist. There's all those things sticking out on the bottom. There's all those veins down there. You don't want to ruin them.
Very important.
I actually love the wrist guards because I felt like I had like gauntlets on, like armor, like at night. That was too much information. When I was a kid, I would pretend.
I did like to rollerblade though. That
I
was
did
a
too.
thing.
You know, people still do it in the park nearby, and I was like,
That's
dude.
rough, man.
In Florida, I watched a guy rollerblading in a Speedo bouncing a tennis ball, and I'm like, you could not be more of a stereotype right now of a Florida old man. And he was an older man, like 50s.
Old.
Orange, just orange tan.
With like rockin' body still.
No, not at all. His boobs were saggy. You probably couldn't tell the difference between man or woman boobs if you touch his boobs in the dark. You couldn't tell. Let's play weird boob dark test. The dark. Boob tests in the dark.
Do her boobs pass the dark test? No.
Did she pass the dark test, bro? Did she? Good on you, man.
What's
Good
that?
on you.
If you can tell if it's a girl or a boy by touching her boobs in
the
the
dark, then you know.
Then you know.
So you got to get a friend who doesn't know her, and you got to put her in a dark room and be like, Fondle. Fondle's a gross word.
Fondle is a weird word.
It's a weird word.
Thanksgiving.
We got off topic.
I know.
What is the Nevi tradition for Thanksgiving? Do you guys do the same
Just
thing every
being
year?
the best.
Can you tell me about it?
I'm not gonna lie. I have a great family. Like I love them.
I know you have a great
they're
family, and I
awesome.
try to be a part of it as much as possible.
I'm sorry, and I feel a little bit bad. Not that you have a bad family, but I
don't have a bad
I'm
family.
very pro family.
I have a broken home.
I have a broken home. We have some. We're like a weird like team of broken homes. Really, is what it is.
Bring on the mosh.
Because my uncle's been divorced. My mom's been divorced, and then my uncle's wife has been divorced before. So there's a lot there's step cousins and half brothers and sisters and stepsisters
But you know what's
and
important?
brothers and whatever.
You're all family.
Yeah, that's right. There's redheads. It gets weird.
I guess redheads. It gets
Redheaded stepchildren. We have those. It's great. We go to my uncle's house for Thanksgiving
every year.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
And then we do my parents' house for Christmas. We celebrate Christmas. Not everybody has to.
So
Hanukkah's great too.
Kwanzaa, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do. Really, you could do nothing. I don't care. Yeah, we do Christmas at our house and Thanksgiving at my uncle's house, and it's my uncle and his wife and so my step cousins. There's 2 redheaded step cousins, and then there's my cousin who's a year younger than me and his fiance, and then my parents and me, and then my grandparents. So I'm really like the 13th wheel of my family, which is really fun. Like everyone else is in relationships, and I'm like, God damn it. But it's fine.
Monica, you could ask me to go as your non-sexual brother husband, and I would totally go with you to Thanksgiving.
I joked about having a husband. Like we were at dinner the other night, and it's my parents, my uncle and his wife, and then my grandparents, and then me. And I was like, oh, yeah, well, my husband couldn't come. And my uncle looks at me and he goes, are you going to finally bring him to Thanksgiving this year? Like I just keep him in a closet somewhere. Like,
just why, Monica?
I know, like he's just not allowed to be around.
Because I want to fondle you in the dark and know if you got boy boobs or girl boobs. But did you know you sound like that when you're just like, you got boy, girl,
I
or
mean,
girl?
only when I talk to my husband that I keep locked up.
He doesn't know what your real voice sounds like, so he can't catch you. It's criminal.
Why did I marry her? I don't know.
Why did I marry her? She told me this was going to be in the contract.
Yep. My brother and I, the Mosh, we're very much on the same page as far as relationships go, but he lives in Washington,
Does he
D.C.
have a girlfriend?
No.
Does he have a boyfriend?
Mm-mm.
Does he have a platonic brother husband?
No. He doesn't.
Does he want one?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no.
So he doesn't
Well, I
come
don't know,
over?
maybe.
Does he come over?
No,
for
he works in retail, so he has to work, like Black Friday and stuff is very important. So flying home is rough. I'm sorry, PJ party.
Sorry, PJ party.
Yeah, so he doesn't get to come home. That's probably the only bad part about holidays is that he doesn't get to come home
You don't get to see the
anymore.
mosh?
Mm-mm.
Then when does he come home?
And he's narcoleptic too, so you know how on Thanksgiving normally you eat and then you fall asleep? He does all of that at the same time. It's fantastic. I never told you he's got narcolepsy. Best thing ever. Did I tell you about, oh my God, when we should have talked about it when Mitch was here, but when we were in North Carolina, because we went and performed in North Carolina because that's where Mashwin was living at the time, we like went and hung out with him. And then we were driving back to his place. He was letting us stay at his place. And Mashwin, like, when we're in the car, if he stops talking, I know that he's falling asleep. And I've known him for 24 years. I know I know that
Because when
about
you were
him.
1, you could tell he was falling asleep.
We didn't know he had narcolepsy until he was like 23. But
Wait,
yeah.
what?
But he would just fall asleep. Like, we would go on road trips, and like 5 blocks in, he would be asleep. It's weird, especially in the car. So... he'll be holding stuff or something like that, and he'll start to fall asleep, and then I'll have to hit him to wake him up and make him put it down or tell me the fucking directions or whatever. I hate it. It becomes part of his directions. Like if I'm driving and he's falling asleep, I'll be like, dude, you have to wake up. Like otherwise I don't know where I'm going. And he's like, okay, you're gonna go. Take this exit, take a right, and then wake me up. And I'm like, that's not part of the directions.
And then wake me up.
So because when I'm around him, I'm so used to like watching him and seeing if he's falling asleep and then hitting him, which is really just the only reason I get to hit him, I guess. But
you love it.
Mitch is driving, and he hadn't really drank a lot, but he had been drinking, and for some reason in my head I was afraid or just used to like being on edge when Mashwin's in the car. And for some reason Mitch went to look down, and I thought he closed his eyes, and I just punched Mitch out of nowhere while he's driving because I thought he was falling asleep, and I was like, oh, God. And he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, sorry, it's a habit. I don't know.
I just always hit.
I just always punch people that are falling asleep. I don't know. It was weird. And then we went to a Waffle House, and Mashwin fell asleep there.
I did not know. How did I not? One of my favorite internet videos is of narcolepsy, and it's the wiener dog, Rusty. Have you seen it?
No.
It goes, this dachshund, Rusty, suffers from narcolepsy, which causes him to fall asleep at random moments. And it's just this puppy running in a field. And he's like, ho, 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 ho. And he's like out. Like
no.
every
Like,
4 bounds, he like falls asleep. And he's like, oh, and it's the most adorable thing I've ever seen in the world.
Hilarious. I wish that's how it was.
So I just picture your brother as that. He's a narcoleptic wiener dog.
Narcoleptic, that's rude.
That's really rude. So, but you have Thanksgiving every year, same place. How long has it been like that? For
and
a while?
It's a good time. Let's see. Maybe forever, actually.
Your whole life?
Yeah.
That's consistency you can't buy. It's so good.
And my uncle has moved, and we still like different houses. We go there.
Dude.
It's a good time. We don't like my mom's family. Don't tell them that.
Oh my God.
They don't know how to
Do they
work
listen to the
thing.
podcast?
Probably not.
If
it's
you
not that we
do,
don't
rate
like
and review
them.
and subscribe.
They just are. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them are pretty racist. So,
Dude, that's a good reason.
So
my brothers,
we don't do
brothers' ex-wives.
they'll come over for Thanksgiving. They'll be like, "Dark meat, we gotta leave." Like whatever.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I made that up, but still.
I know exactly where you're coming from with this, though, because my brother's ex-wife's grandparents were like, that dark is going to get out of office. And I'm like, I want to go home. I want to go home right now. I don't feel comfortable. That was my worst Christmas ever. It was my worst Christmas ever.
That warranted a head.
The
turn
live studio audience
from the live
turn.
studio audience. It's like,
No, we were sitting there, and they would like say the most terrible shit, and like opening presents, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Not, like I'm to the point in my life where I'm not a confrontational person, but if I hear something like that, I'm like, okay, I have to say something, or I have to like,
you're being
this
ridiculous.
is not okay. And I hate that the reason for some people second guessing what they're saying is because I'm there and I think differently than them. Does that make sense? Like I've had like friends throw around the N-word, and then other friends of mine will be like, Monica's brother is black.
I told you not to talk about that on the podcast.
No,
Just kidding.
Monica's brother is black, and I'm like, that is not the only reason you should not use that word.
Yeah,
like you should just not fucking use that word.
Say it, yeah.
Oh, it makes me so mad. But that's how it is being around them. Like they'll say shit, and I'm like, don't second guess yourself because I'm here. Just fucking second guess yourself.
And I've been guilty of quoting movies and things I've read that are very inappropriate, not like necessarily racially, but like you shouldn't be saying this loudly in public. I'm guilty of that. But I've noticed with the movie Django Unchained, it was the worst. Like afterward, people saying things, I'm like, you guys need to quiet
Not
down.
Everyone has seen that.
And
movie.
we're not in the Wild West, and you can't say that shit. And you really shouldn't have said it if you lived in the Wild West either. But like, because they were playing with the idea in the movie about how that's not a derogatory term, that was just a term used to describe a black person. And I'm like, still shouldn't use it.
Right.
Shouldn't use it, even if that's like, no, like we're in 2014. Don't do that shit.
Now it's not an okay.
Yeah, it's not okay, and it hasn't been okay for a very long time. But yeah, my Thanksgiving is moving every year. Don't know where I'm having it. Usually until about 2 weeks or 3 weeks before. And this year, for the first time ever, it's in a restaurant, and
It's in a
I
restaurant?
feel weird.
What kind of restaurant?
Johnny's Dock in Tacoma, Washington. It's not a fancy restaurant by any means.
Johnny's.
The
Can you
jo-
throw peanuts on the floor?
No,
That's, I don't know why.
The joke
that's
is
what
the joke is 2 years from now. I'm like, are we just gonna do this at
Johnny's.
Red Robin? Is that what-
See you guys at Red
I'm
Robin?
trying to make
It's
it.
a bird.
It's a bird, guys. It's in a bird suit.
My favorite part now is that we communicate via Facebook. Like that's how my family plans things.
That's
There's
awesome.
invites or a
Very
message, group
21st
message,
century.
right? And so my aunt's like, all right, Thanksgiving dinner is at noon. And I'm like, that's not fucking dinner, but okay. And she's like, because I have to go to Kohl's at 3:30.
What?
She's like that, like Black Fridays, stay in line kind of lady. And they open
Do you
at like
do that?
3:30. And
Have you-
she's like, I'm leaving. And then everyone's like, wait, so dinner, are we done at 3:30? And then my uncle goes, no, she can leave. We're still going to like fucking hang out without
do
her.
you do that shit?
No,
Have you ever done that shit?
no.
I've never done it either.
I don't
Do you want to do it together? Do you want to go and talk about it? I've never done it before.
What kind of, you know what we should do? What do
What?
they have downtown? Because if you come to my house, we can light rail down there so we don't have to park and stuff. And then we could, you know what I mean?
We could just
and
walk
I'm at the
around.
parlor, so I could just stay there.
Dude, the only thing that sucks is I'm servicing my car on Friday, on Black Friday. I'm going to Tacoma to spend some time with Jackie. Jackie.
Jackie,
Who-
hey Jackie.
I don't know if she listens to this or not. She is starting to say really terrible things as she's getting older, and I don't know. And I don't want to say as she's getting older, or maybe it's who she's hanging out with.
Oh.
But like, she said about her trip to Vegas recently. We were staying in this hotel, and the Latin Grammys were going on.
Oh.
She's like, the Latin Grammys were going
That
on,
sounds safe.
and I'm sure there were famous people there, but they all looked the same, so we couldn't tell. And I was like,
Oh,
what
no.
in the flying what?
Because
What?
famous white people look way different than not famous white people.
She said that nonchalantly, and I was like, okay, time out a second. Can we
I'm
time?
pretty sure you
Take
can't
time?
say that. I've had to like explaining to Pam why Oriental is a thing you say about goods and not about people is so difficult sometimes. But she corrects herself now. She's like, you know, as Asian man, like she gets it now. But I'm like, you can't. Okay, this is what you got to do, and she's very like conscious of it. But my dad, I think it's because he like his memory's not as good, and that's why it comes out sometimes. Like we were watching.
Your memory's not as good.
That's what it is. I think like middle-aged white dudes that have good intentions don't mean to be like, I don't know. It's not even stereotypical. It's just I don't know. So we were watching Dancing with the Stars, and Bruno is one of the judges, right?
Bruno.
A name that my father clearly forgot, and he said, oh, you know, the little gay one. Like, that's what he said, and I was like, he doesn't mean that in a negative way. He just doesn't remember his name.
That's what identifies
you know?
him as. No, and
Yeah.
that's what my grandmother would do, but she'd say terrible things.
Right.
Like,
Dad doesn't say
this
terrible
sounds
things,
horrible,
but-
and I've like this is not a new thought by any means necessary, but making the world a better place is really all about the old people that are terrible dying off.
Yeah, I
it
think,
sounds
honestly-
horrible, but that's what it is.
Right. That's why it's interesting that people are so worried about voting still. Like, they're like, oh, I don't know about like weed and gay marriage and stuff like that. And then it passes really quick in places like here in Oregon and stuff because old people are dying and those
they're
are
not
the
there.
only ones who are upset
And
about
all
it.
the old people have retired to like
We
Eastern
hate old
Washington
people.
and
I'm just
Florida.
kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
this
sorry.
podcast is not pro
We
old person.
hate- I would not hug an old person. I'm just kidding.
I would not
Just
test their
kidding.
boobs in the dark if they were an old person. I would not do that. Hey, you know what? If you're like,
Grandma
no.
passes the dark test.
Never has the dark test. The dark test sounds way worse than it, really.
does,
It sounds
especially
racial.
When you're talking about old people.
It sounds mildly racial. Fondling in the dark. Is that the name of this episode?
Fondling in the dark. Oh, God.
It might be.
Yeah, I have my dad's side of the family, my grandparents, coolest old people ever. Super
Oh, yeah.
smart, super like
It's education, man.
I don't know, progressive, I suppose.
The,
just as a people, those two, they're a whole people. Those two.
Those people. You people.
But-
That's racist.
But then my mom's parents, very racist and very like that's just maybe it's where they're from. I'm not sure,
I don't
but
like the that's how it's raised excuse. I don't like it at all. And I also don't like in my brother's ex-wife's case, the like whole.
It's about race issues.
She has like a 7th grade education. I'm like, then one, no, and two, no. Don't. That doesn't give you bad that she has a 7th grade education. Maybe try to fix that. And two, don't allow her to say that shit. That's not okay.
Right.
Like, it would just infuriate me.
Well, honestly, like having worked with kids forever,
Mm-hmm.
the less education you have, the less you hate other people.
That's
I'll tell you
true.
that.
And
Like
yeah.
you don't know
And I'm
why.
guessing-
You understand that they're different, but it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, she has a 7th grade education and she grew up in Oklahoma. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Then she's in Washington now. And you shouldn't, even though she is in Battleground. I shouldn't say where they're at, but she's in like a shitty like small town. You shouldn't be that way at all. Like that's not okay.
We're all about love. Love everybody.
Love everyone.
Thankful for all.
Don't
hug
say
bugs.
racial things.
No.
Hug bugs
Even if
forever.
you're old.
Yeah, be cool. I know we're cool. Yeah, but so I'm gonna do a Thanksgiving in a restaurant, and I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm gonna report back.
That'd
I'm
be
gonna do a
great.
Thanksgiving
We'll
review.
talk about Thanksgiving.
And I'm gonna do
Thanksgiving review.
And
Wow.
Thanksgiving this year for me is with my mom, her boyfriend, and her boyfriend's mother.
So do you switch like which?
I switch wherever I go. Sometimes I go to Texas to my dad's Thanksgiving. Sometimes I go to my friend Pat's house because he comes back. It just all depends. My favorite place to go is my friend Pat's house because it's the least
'Cause none
awkward.
of your family's there.
Yeah, and my mom will sometimes go, and sometimes she won't because sometimes
that's
they.
interesting.
Well, sometimes my family will just go out of town for Christmas, and I'll be here, and I'll be like,
You can come to Christmas with us. It's fantastic.
dude, I'd love to because I did Christmas last time with my
Anyone
friend
is
Pat's, and I felt
welcome,
like
by
I
the
felt
way.
like I
People
was
need to come
imposing.
over.
Like that's the other thing is like when I did the Christmas, the most terrible Christmas I ever had was with my brother's ex-wife's family, and it only felt terrible. One, because their grandparents were racist, but two, because I felt like I was imposing. Like I didn't buy anyone gifts,
Right.
but they got me gifts, and they were all like $20 Target gifts. Like you bought them in the bin. It's like I got like a coin, and I'm like, it just felt weird because I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm also kind of the person that's like, I'd rather have you save your money and just let me be here as the present instead of wasting your money on gifts that I'll never use.
Mm-hmm.
Like they gave me like a breathalyzer from Target, and like
could come in handy.
they were they were trying to be nice, and I was like, fine. I was like, thank you, that's very nice of you. But I just ended up with like all these dollar store collectibles, and I'm like, you could just
to a
saved
white
your
elephant the next
yeah,
week.
exactly. And I'm like, you could. I kept them because I feel bad. Like I have them. So if you want the breathalyzer, I have it. And they're like, and they're all like nice, but I just felt like I was imposing on something. They were very gracious and they were very kind to get me those gifts, but at the same time, there's no way to be like, this is not awkward because my brother's sitting next to me and he got like PlayStation 3 and I'm like Target gift.
Yeah,
And I felt more bad that I didn't get them gifts. Like I got my brother a gift because he's my brother, but I didn't get anyone else a gift. I just bought my brother's gift this year too, which is nice. I just bought it today.
That's good. What is it? Does he listen?
That's the kind of person my brother is. It's a bipod for a 308 rifle.
Oh,
Yeah, they wouldn't let me ship it to Alaska, so I'm really hoping I can take it on the plane. It's just a bipod though. There's no gun attached to it, so I'm guessing I can take it on the plane.
Yeah, I don't know.
He knows what it is because he showed me. He told me this is the one he wants. So.
Oh.
My brother and I are very relaxed on Christmas.
Cool.
But yeah, so I would love to do Christmas at the Nevies though.
Yeah, it's a great time. I'll tell you.
And also now I can buy people gifts. That was the problem with doing Christmas at the people's houses. I didn't have the money at that time to buy people gifts, but now I could, so it wouldn't even be weird.
Yeah.
Like I'd get Pam Nevy like some flowers, and I'd get Ron probably
Get her
like
something that'll die. That's good.
Ron. Okay, I'll get her flowers and then like a 40-minute hug, and then I'll get Ron like an 80-minute hug and some chocolates.
Yeah, he's a big hugger.
And the Mosh win, I'll get a pillow because he'll probably fall asleep.
The
And then
Mosh
I'll
one, you
get.
gotta send it to him, really. So.
And then for you, I'd get you another pair of pajama pants because you love those
I
PJ
do.
pants.
I get new ones every. That's a Christmas thing that I do. I get Christmas
You get
pajamas
PJ pants?
that match my mother.
They match your mom's?
We're the cutest people ever. And then I wake them up at 6 in the morning.
You wake them up at 6?
And then I call the Mosh, which he actually likes that he lives on the East Coast now because when I wake up at 6, it's like 10
9.
or whatever. Yeah.
It's 9.
9.
It's 3,
It's 9.
3 hours.
Whatever. Yeah, because before I'd call him and he'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm like, "Want to see what's in your stocking?"
And he's like, I'm so mad at you right now.
He still answers the phone because he misses me. But
Dude, my brother and I used to have a tradition, and he was not going to like that I say this, where we used to sleep in the same bed before Christmas, and it went on way too long. I want to say we were in our teens when that stopped, and that's way too long. We're like, dude, just get in this queen size bed with me, and then we're gonna wake up at like 5:45 and freak out for 20 minutes. Come on, man.
I always
Come
run
on.
in and jump on their bed and shit, and my mom's like, okay. My dad's like, yeah, I'll be out there in a second.
And your mom's like, you're 24.
No, that's what my brother yells on the phone. You are 23 years old. Stop. This last year I was 23.
But this year, 24, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna fall asleep. Is that gonna depress you if one day you miss your alarm and you sleep through it?
I don't think there's been a year yet where I haven't woken up before my alarm goes off.
So proud of you right now.
Thank
You have
you.
no idea.
No, I really get
If I did Christmas at your parents' house, I would wake up with you and I would jump on their bed, and they would be like, "Who is this large hairy man in my bed?" And I'll be like, "Turn off the lights. Are my boobs real? Come on."
my boobs are real man boobs.
Real man boobs or fake man boobs? You don't know.
Can you get
So-
fake man boobs? Whatever.
Probs.
Okay.
Probably. Why am I keep shortening things? I do it as a joke among my friends, and I just keep doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Soup's Totes cool. The next thing I said is talk about naps.
Well, that's what. But I guess Moshwin was.
Moshwin was kind of that point already.
Well, that's how Thanksgiving goes: is we eat and then I fall asleep somewhere.
Somewhere.
Usually by the fire,
Driveway.
just right in the middle.
Corner. Street.
Yeah, either one. Then I wake back up and
You guys
I
make
want
a
to play
fire?
games.
You guys make a fire?
I think we all have gas fireplaces.
You know, I got a fireplace. We could have
could
a fire.
Make a fire.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking, I'm like, man, Friday. What if I had? I don't have any comedy Friday. What if I have a Thanksgiving dinner for like comic friends?
Oh,
Would you do that? Would you come?
well, I have shows, but yeah,
Can you cancel your shows?
no.
Hey, I know this weekend's really important to you, but can you cancel it for me?
First full weekend
I'm gonna
with
need
this
you to
club.
cancel those for me. Yeah. But yeah,
we
I
have
was thinking about
leftover turkey. Okay.
that. Yeah, okay. All right. My mom wanted to get a turkey this year, and she said there's a turkey shortage going on right now.
Are you fucking kidding?
I'm not kidding. There's a turkey
Dude,
shortage.
that's not even funny.
No, it's like it's
No,
not.
I have to make a
it's
phone
not
call
like
to make
this.
sure that we have one.
It's not like there's not enough turkeys. It's that they're high priced. It's like
Oh.
there's not the demand. The demand is higher than the
Oh.
supply.
I want to make
demand.
guacamole for Thanksgiving.
Really?
Is that weird?
No. There's a lot of people that do Chinese food on Christmas. That's like a very common tradition, just to be
To
out.
go to the restaurant?
Yeah, to go to a Chinese restaurant on
'Cause
Christmas because
they're
they're open.
open, right? Yeah,
They're
yeah,
open, and people don't want to cook dinner. The restaurant I'm at for Thanksgiving has traditional turkey dinner, but they also have prime rib, which is what I'm going
Ooh,
for.
Get it.
Yeah, and
I made some guacamole over the summer, and they were very impressed with it.
oh really?
So I said, okay, I'll bring it to
Dude,
Thanksgiving.
bring it to Thanksgiving.
You
Do it up.
know?
I was at Costco and they had green bean casserole as like a sample. I went by that stand 4 times. And I'd like come by and I'd like act like I'm like, oh, I'm
Ooh, what's this?
just walking through.
He's like, I fucking remember you.
The old lady's like, I can tell. I'm like, shut up, babe. I don't care.
Stop telling everyone.
Just make this quiet.
Great. She's like,
I
are
was
you
in
going to
a-
buy one or not?
I was in Lewiston though, or Clarkston. It doesn't matter. Okay, they had people like everyone was eating multiple free samples there. Everyone. That's
There
like
was only
half the
3
reason
of
they're
us
going.
there.
Yeah. We did that first, and then we went to a pizza place, and I'm like, this was really dumb. We should have gone to the pizza place first because like I couldn't eat anything. I was like, oh, I ate every sample they had. It's like Thanksgiving when you
I
go to
do
Costco.
love samples. It could be something I know that I don't like. I probably still try.
I've thrown it out there to the winner of the Hug Bug contest is to go to Costco with us.
No.
And what's that contest? We haven't decided yet.
The
But when it
best
happens,
whoever wants to really is the contest. If you just say
if
that
you just
want
wanna
to,
go
we'll
to
probably take
Costco,
it.
you know, I took a friend to Costco recently. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Good stuff.
I want to go.
You want to go to Costco?
Kira said she's going to take us to Costco.
Dude, don't go with Kira. Go with me. I'm way better at Costco. than
Which is
Kira.
funny because it's exactly what I said when she was like, I have a Costco card. We could go. And I was like, Mike has a Costco card. And I just walked away.
Boom.
What
You're
now?
like, who's the better person
I
to
think
call?
you're the only option I have, Cameron's girlfriend.
Dude, Mike's so much better at wholesale prices than you. Okay, so we want to go. I want to tell a good news story.
I hope
This
everyone
is
has
the
a good Thanksgiving.
have a good Thanksgiving, everyone. Hug bugs.
Sorry.
Think of us there, snuggle up by the fire. Realize Monica would probably be sleeping near you at that point, and then realize I'd ask you to fondle me in the dark. So just know that.
Yeah.
Just the boobs, though. Just the
Let's just
boobs.
talk about-
Nothing else. I tried to find good news, and Monica knows this.
It was a tough day.
It was a tough week for good news.
Yeah.
There was like one news story I found, which I'm going to tell, and it's actually a very good news story. It's very sweet, very near and dear. I was really happy I found it.
That's good.
But
He
apparently,
was very excited when he found it.
but yeah, you can attest to that. But it's just like it's a bad week for good news. So we're just gonna say there's one good news story. And are you ready, Monica? 30,000 birthday cards sent to one man in France after viral Facebook post.
30,000?
30,000.
Birthday cards.
So Manuel Peresu, I think that's how you say that. I really hope I said it right. Turned 30 on Saturday. He has Down syndrome. His mom.
I said it like that.
I know, that's really fucked up.
Sorry.
Manuel's so
I don't
pissed
feel
off
that
at you.
bad
He's not
for him.
pissed. He's
He's
so happy
probably
right
happy,
now.
yeah.
He's super happy. His mom posted on Facebook, my son Manuel is going to turn 30 years old on November 22nd. He has Down syndrome, she wrote in her husband's. I'm writing to ask you to take a couple minutes to send him a little card and to pass that information on to your friends so the chain doesn't get broken. Thank you all for your gesture. It would make Manu so happy. And it got viral, and they got 30,000 Christmas cards or birthday cards sent to his house.
Oh my
30,000.
gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
30,000?
And the family are currently sorting through all the cards and gifts, including boxes of chocolate, keychains, and cakes. That is the raddest thing in the world.
Donate the cakes. What if they...
They should donate. I'm sure they will. I mean, think about it. That's like so much stuff, but that's so awesome to me.
That is great.
That's the good thing that happens on the internet.
Hey, you're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
you know
You
what?
sent him a
Miss
birthday card.
Parasu, 61 from France. You're great. Okay, you're great. And your son's great, too. And I'm glad he had a happy birthday.
Yay.
Yay. But I thought the story was really good. I really like that.
That is a really good one, especially on a day that you couldn't find anything else. Or
I know.
week or
It's good to
whatever.
find one good story that made me feel good. Did you see the quiz today, by the way? We're actually flying through. We have 10 minutes left, so we should probably do the
shit.
quiz. Yeah.
You should do the quiz.
The quiz today, I couldn't think. I'm like, you know, it's kind of a...
Sorry. I just went to pull up the quiz, and right before it just says, there is no good news.
in all caps.
Yeah.
Because I was really upset that there was no good news.
We found one.
We found one. It's in 30,000 birthday cards. Send him a birthday card. Just do it. Find the post. It's online. Get him more cards. Do a belated birthday, though. Be classy about it.
Well, that was what I was going to say about turkeys. I love turkey.
If it's their birthday?
Like ridiculous. Love turkey. Like when I graduated from college, I had a turkey at the party.
Really?
And I talked about it, and I've asked for a turkey every single year for my birthday. Never done it. Pam Nevy, that's her one flaw. She's never gotten me a turkey for my birthday.
Pam, step your game up.
But Derek Sheen said he's going to make me one.
Derek's going to make you one?
For my
Can I
birthday.
come
He's
over?
like, oh, we're doing it. And I was like, really?
When's
And
your
he's
birthday?
Like, yes, February 6th.
Dude, let's have a turkey. I've actually wanted to make a turkey myself too. I offered my mom to have have Thanksgiving here
Oh, that'd be fun.
at my house,
Yeah.
and then we could eat. And then the old PJ Pajama Party could have some food too.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the boyfriend's mom is too old to travel that far.
Oh.
Sounds like a quitter move to me.
Yeah, no
but
excuses.
I've always wanted to cook a turkey.
Yeah, so then maybe Derek will teach you how to do it for my birthday. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Can we have my birthday party at your house?
We could. I don't
Okay.
care. I have an oven.
I
PJ,
invite
cool with that?
130 people to my birthday
PJ
party
got a
every
thumbs
year.
up. We're good. That's the live studio audience. It's packed. So
It's,
much. They're raising the roof. There's so many people.
Woo! Can you hear them? Okay.
Nope. Oh yeah. Oh man, thank you for yelling that.
Oh, our audience sounds a lot like you.
Wait, what?
What?
No, but I love turkey too. What's your favorite? Is turkey? You think your favorite like dinner, like your favorite ceremonial dinner?
As far as like holidays and
As
stuff?
far as holidays
You
go?
know, oh yeah, for sure.
Easy.
There's-
Okay, I mean, I
some
agree
people
with
like
you.
ham, but
Ham-
I'm just not really a ham
Turkey
person.
kicks ham's ass
Oh, yeah.
every day. You know why? The gravy.
You like-
gravy.
you're a gravy person.
I'm a big
See, I
gravy
don't really
person.
like gravy, but I
Oh,
am,
okay. The podcast is over. This is our last episode. Thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
out
much.
too.
coming up for showing up to the podcast.
No, I.
Hug Central Station. The
um,
train is pulling away.
The Hug Center Station has left the station. The station's closing down. It's being foreclosed upon. It's covered in gravy. Please leave.
Okay.
Never come back.
You know what?
I love gravy.
Go good. Then you could have the gravy that I would have had. It's more for you.
This is a match made in heaven.
All
Turkey
right,
heaven.
show's still on. We're doing it.
Show's still on.
Podcast.
You're
It's
great.
still
I
good.
like you
You're
again.
great.
You're great. Shut the front door.
Oh, God.
Tell Derek to make a shit ton of gravy.
So excited for it. I hope he never forgets. Derek Sheen, don't forget.
Derek won't forget. You know why? Because I'm going to message him every day until February.
February 6th.
February 6th.
I'm excited.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think ham sucks. I had a prime rib dinner for Christmas one year, and that was really cool. That was really good. But still, there's something about turkey.
I think we used to switch and like do different stuff for Christmas every year, but then we were always
Thanksgiving's
just like,
always
why
turkey.
not turkey? Like, why not just do turkey every time? So now we do turkey for both.
For both?
Mm-hmm.
I love the Nevies more and more.
Best. They're
That
so
family.
fun.
Oh,
There was a
man.
blow up doll at Christmas Eve last year.
Really?
Yeah, and
A
then
blow up doll, just a classic lady blow up doll?
it was an old lady one.
An old lady one?
Yeah, it was. And then we put it in my grandpa's car in the driver's seat.
Things get pretty crazy at the Nevi Christmas.
It was super fun.
Dude, this is Christmas. I'm going to be in Alaska in the Great White North, so it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to be near you.
Do you want to take a blow up doll with you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm bringing it back with me probably. It's going to be a moose lady. Half lady, half moose.
Does it pass the dark test?
We're going to test it out in the dark.
Okay, are we ready for a quiz?
Yeah, the quiz today, it's a very generic quiz, but I actually, there's a lot of historic shit going on that didn't go the way I was planned.
I was went against Mike Coletta's plans.
Against my plans, as far as good things happening in Missouri, didn't happen.
Ever. Yeah,
but I figured we should do this quiz, and I've taken it a couple times, and actually, my roommate took it, P-Hope took it, and we'll say his answer too. But it's going to be, which U.S. president are you, Monica?
Okay.
So the first one is choose a dog. German Shepherd, Golden Retriever, Terrier, Hound, Lab, King Charles Spaniel, Portuguese Water Dog. I don't even know what these are. Poodle and Sheepdog. I chose Lab.
No.
No? Okay, that's rude. My dog was a Lab as a kid, but that's unfortunate.
Well, they're very hyperactive. I think that's a good choice for you, just to not.
Because I'm hyperactive?
Not for me, yeah.
Okay.
I'm usually some weird mix of. That's what I have dogs. Mutts, if you will.
Mutts?
Craigslist
Terriers?
Yeah. Can I do terrier, I suppose?
Terrier? Okay.
Luke was a beagle rat terrier.
Ooh. Luke.
It's the cutest little baby ever.
Cutest little baby ever. Pick a cooking ingredient. Salt, pepper, ketchup, or oregano. This is very important. Basil, thyme, mint, lemon, cinnamon. I'm going to choose salt.
I'm going to go with basil, actually.
Basil.
I love tomatoes.
Your teachers would describe you as memorable, persistent, surprising, charming, honorable, leader, popular, quiet, shy. Choosing charming. I chose charming.
I have no idea.
This is exciting because I remember the answers I did, but I actually don't remember what my president was, so it's like I'm taking it all over again.
I was, I'm a quiet person, and
You're
I always
popular,
was,
though. You said you were popular in high school.
I was. In high school, yeah, I was not.
Now, not so much. Like,
memorable, maybe?
You only have like so many likes on that fan page. You're not popular anymore. It's a deep call. Deep callback.
I want to say, no, I'm not, though. I don't know.
I think...
I'm fucking weird.
Why is that not what's funny is you wouldn't say this, but I think you're a leader.
You're right. I wouldn't say that, but I have...
You got leadership qualities, yo. Like when I'm like, Monica, where are we going out to eat? You're like, boom. That's what you say.
Is that what it is?
That's you lead me around.
I'll go with leader.
I think, is there a follower for me on here?
Plenty of roles there. But,
choose a type of weather. Rainy, sunny, foggy, misty, windy, all-out storm, breezy, lightning, calm. I'm going to choose calm because I like the idea of calm weather. And calm, I think, is more like it's a little windy, but it's not really windy, and it's like you're sitting in a field.
A beach walk, maybe.
Yeah, and there's sunny, but there's clouds going by.
Yeah.
And, and your pants are off, and you're crying. What?
I just call that going to bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I choose calm.
You choose calm? Choose a type of vacation. Vineyard, horseback riding, hiking, beach, cabin, camping, European, family, golfing. What do you choose?
Man.
Definitely not hiking for me. I know that for a fact.
I don't think golfing is a vacation.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, you do that
well,
on
you're not a
vacation,
63-year-old white man, so that's why I didn't choose golfing.
No, I'm a great golfer. That's like a family thing. We do that, so it's not just a vacation thing.
Did I tell you, that. Last time I went golfing in Spokane, I got my first birdie. I chipped in off the green.
Wow.
I chipped it like a pro, and it went like curved around, and it went in, and I threw my club in the air, and I freaked out. My friends were like, "That was an awesome putt, dude." I'm like, "I just chipped that in."
The marshal was like, "You guys gotta go."
No, the marshal was like looking, and he's like, "It was a really easy hole, though. Like it was like
Don't take that away from yourself.
Yeah,
no, it's a great shot. Good job, Mike.
Thank you. You're great. I actually freaked out though to the point my friends were like, "Oh, that was a great putt." I'm like, "No, I chipped that." They're like, "You chipped that?" And then we freaked out again. It's like, yeah.
Remember when I did that?
Well, that's the only time I've ever gotten like a birdie or anything good without having to take a mulligan, because then I don't feel like it counts if you have to take a mulligan. Like if my tee shot goes off into the woods, which happens every other time. But you're good at golfing?
It's okay. Yeah, actually, pretty good.
What are you gonna choose? I chose camping.
I'm gonna go beach.
Beach? You a beach lady?
I'm a big beach person, even though we don't have a whole lot of them here. I like the beach.
Sometimes you get some feet fuck fishes.
Yeah, Florida feet fucking fish.
Florida feet fucking fish.
It's so fun to say.
Florida feet fucking fish.
I also have skin cancer, so I have weird feelings about the beach. But
Gets a little dark.
It.
Choose a beverage: milk, iced tea, whiskey, old fashioned, gin, water, tea, coffee, beer. I chose whiskey. Ooh, whiskey. Mostly because Diet Coke wasn't on there.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? I am going to choose tea.
Tea. I would have
do.
guessed coffee for you.
Really? I actually never drank coffee until this year.
Oh, I just started drinking coffee too.
Really?
Yeah, I had black coffee today. Like, I really was like, don't put anything in it because I heard it's good for you. And I actually enjoyed the taste, and I was super hyper for like 4 hours, and I crashed hard.
2 cups of
Like,
coffee. Now I'm drinking a diet.
dude,
Mountain Dew. I'm
you're
gonna
be
die.
You're gonna die, MD. You're gonna be shaking in the middle of the night like a Chihuahua puppy. Now choose a food item. Crackers. These are weird foods, by the way. Crackers, eggs, tortilla chips, meat, cheese, spinach, potatoes, jelly beans, pizzas. It's only weird because some of them are very specific and some of them are not very specific.
Right. Meat.
Like meat.
And then jelly beans.
Yeah, I'm going to
Not
choose
like
meat.
candy. I'm going to go with spinach, actually.
Oh, okay. A
I
healthy
loved
person.
spinach as
You
a kid.
do? Still? Or
Oh,
no?
yeah.
You said as a kid. So
Well, I
didn't know.
do. Well, as a kid, it was weird. Everybody hated broccoli and asparagus and spinach and tomatoes, and those are like 4 out of my top 5.
I like
foods.
all of I actually like all those vegetables in my top
good.
except for tomatoes.
Really.
Yeah.
Tomato is my favorite food.
Tomatoes?
Yes, of anything. Like I'll eat them like apples.
See, I love sauce. I can't do it that way. I love them in
you don't
sauces.
have to agree.
I don't think I can do this anymore. This podcast, I can't handle it with that, and I just don't know. Monica.
I love tomatoes.
I actually really like asparagus and broccoli. Those are like my 2 favorite vegetables.
Those are awesome.
Those are
Okay,
killer
good.
vegetables.
All right. Let's see.
Let's talk about if you have a favorite vegetable, send it to huglifepodcast@gmail.com. Pick your favorite form of social
Vegetable review.
Vegetable review.
Okay.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Foursquare, Pinterest, Tumblr, Reddit, none, Vine. I didn't know half of these. Like, I didn't realize how many social media things there are. I
Is
chose
Pinterest
Twitter.
a social media thing?
It
thought
is
was just,
because
like,
you can.
Thrifty mom blog.
No, you
place.
can't. It's social media because you can like favorite people's Pinterests or whatever, and then you can like link. So it's social as in you all
I
connect
use
together.
it at work sometimes, but I just look at other people's shit so I can get ideas.
No, everyone looks at Pinterest to get recipes. So I went with with Twitter. Tweeters.
I'm gonna go Twitter also.
Twitter's my
I
favorite.
do love Twitter.
All right, and choose an Olympic
At Monica
sport.
Debbie.
At Micoletta, archery, rowing, fencing, equestrian, rugby, biathlon, basketball, shooting, and luge. Monica chooses basketball. I'm going to choose fencing, even though I would never do it, and I don't know how to do it. But I like sword fighting, so we're going to choose that one.
Cool. Good for you.
Do you want to fence with me?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to choose fencing.
Okay.
All right, and I got the same one as last time because I picked the same answers. It's all coming back to me now.
I'm not surprised by my answer.
Who are you?
I'm Barack Obama.
You are Barack Hussein Obama?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, the other one. No, I'm just
Read your thing. Read your thingy.
Okay, you are pure class and shy away from drama. You're very charismatic and eloquent, and you find it natural and easy to communicate your ideas and opinions to people. You're a pioneer, a glass ceiling breaker in effect. Here's to you. That's a pretty fucking good little description. I don't know if that really describes me, but I appreciate that.
Do you want to know who I got? And I don't know if it matches at all. Ulysses S. Grant.
Is that what you got? You got the same as before?
Yeah, this is who I got before.
That's
You
awesome.
have a rough exterior, but deep down you're forgiving and kind. You are highly moral. That's true. You're thoughtful. I mean, I judge people that are bad. You're thoughtful and can see how your actions have an impact on a larger scale. But the hope is that you're not smoking an average of 20 cigars a day. I do smoke cigars, but I don't
But
smoke
not-
nearly
but
that
only
many.
Like 15.
But
a
only
day?
like one.
20 a day? Are you doing anything else?
One, yeah, I know.
Like,
It's
when do you have time?
You always have a cigar in your hand. It takes a while to smoke a cigar.
When
It takes
people
like 2 or 3
smoke
hours.
more than like a pack a day, I'm
2 or
like,
3 hours.
seriously,
That's
how
a
do
long time. That's like an hour.
how do you find the time
I
to
don't.
smoke that much?
Well, these are cigars too. Like
yeah,
cigars
those
are
take longer.
slow.
Like, that's crazy.
I always have cigars on special
Good
occasions,
for you.
but 20 a day. The only thing that's not that they don't include in this is Ulysses S. Grant was a fiery drunkard alcoholic, like bad.
Well, that's why else
but
are
I
you
didn't
smoking
win
20
the
cigars
fucking
a day?
Civil War, Monica.
Good work, man.
I won it.
Good for
for
you.
you.
I just breaking glass ceilings over here.
Breaking glass ceilings, winning civil wars.
What did the audience get?
I believe the studio audience got Ronald Reagan.
Oh!
Which I don't know how to get his description in here. I don't know what it was. I need to. Oh man, I should have pulled
Ronald Reagan. He's just a great actor.
Great actor, and Ronald Reagan. But yeah, this was a fun quiz, and the quiz actually everyone got different answers, which is exciting.
Yeah, that's good. That's
which is rare.
Thanks for taking it, PJ Party.
PJ Party, the pajama party took it, which was really awesome. And you will be forever known as the pajama party, by the way. So yeah, that's our quiz. Oh, we're at an hour. We're at an hour and 3 minutes. But now we got to do charities. Charity. It is a time for giving in this year.
Yeah, I couldn't find any Thanksgiving things, but whatever. Might as well get the season started right away with an ugly sweater party. Why not?
Yeah.
It's the Lookout Bar and Grill.
Ooh.
Which I've performed at before. It's terrible.
Ooh.
Terrible show.
Horrible show.
You wear your ugly sweater, and there's drinks and music and prizes and all that fun stuff. And I really like the organization here. It's Seattle Education Access. So 100% of the proceeds go to Seattle Education Access. And you can go to seattleeducationaccess.org. And that's basically, it just benefits, I don't know if you're aware, but not everybody has the same access to resources that other people do. And this program is designed to give everyone those same opportunities.
I like it.
And I think that makes a big difference.
I like it a lot, Monica. You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
I'm so thankful for you.
I'm so thankful for you, too.
And how
You know what
great
else
you
I'm
are.
thankful for?
What?
You're about to fondle me in a dark room. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you.